So, good morning, everyone. I am Diksha, team lead for Team 16, and our topic is Nobody Wants to Do It, How Leaders Assign Unpopular Work Without Taking Pain. In every team, there are some tasks that people usually avoid, like repetitive work, low visibility tasks, or the work that doesn't get recognition. So, our study focus on the simple and very popular question, a very powerful question, in fact. How can leaders assign such unpopular work while still maintaining the positivity, the fairness, and motivation in the team? So, to understand this study, we interviewed people across the different industries. So now let me quickly walk you through. One second. Yeah, let me quickly walk you through. So what we will cover today. So first we will explain our research context and methodology where we describe how we conduct the study, and next we will go with the main findings, and those findings will tell the common pattern we observed across the industry about why people they resist to do such tasks. After that, we will share some evidence based on based recommendations, where some strategies that leader can actually use are being told. Then we will show an application and influence model which connects the leader leader's action to the team's outcome. And finally, we will end up with our team contribution and the key learnings. So first is this coming to how we conduct this study. We use the qualitative approach, which means we focused on the people's experience, and then we conducted 5 interviews across different industries like IT, research, education, marketing, and finance. We asked open question to people so they could share their real thoughts with us, and then we also supported our findings with the research material like vlogs and these articles and some case studies. After collecting the data, we performed thematic analysis where we grouped responses into key themes like why people they avoid certain tasks, why leadership strategies like communication, motivation, and rotation this matters, and how it affects the uh, trust and fairness in the team. And it also we also discussed within a team that how to validate our insights, to refine our insights. So overall our study is based on real insights and practical understanding. Thank you, and over to Srijan.
Okay. So this slide actually this slide highlights the key cross-industry findings from our study. The first major insight is that people don't people don't repel the work if they know why the work is being done, what's the perception of the work is. Maybe it is not just a boring task, but it is required, and what is the final outcome. Acceptance, people try to accept the work when leader actually tells them what the outcome of the task is, why do we really need it. It might be for client satisfaction, or it might be for reporting, or analysis or prediction or something. The second thing is that if somebody thinks that they are just getting assigned work they don't want to do, one thing that helps there is transparency. So if they know that they are getting some work that they don't want to do, but they clearly know that how it is assigned to everybody, so that helps in team members accepting the work they don't want to do. The third thing is that low visibility work people generally avoid because they think that it will not show in their annual performance review or something. So low quality, undesirable work needs to be more acknowledged, and every time somebody does something, the leader should randomly just tell them that, hey, you did a great work, I saw this, we will consider it in your appraisal and something. And the third thing is that forcing work on somebody is not the best approach, because they can easily get overworked and burn out. So leaders need to build trust for the long term. So uh, when leaders also explain the why, and also they themselves do the work nobody wants to do, so team members generally get it that this is a necessary and required work. So see team member pitch pitch in when they see leaders also working. Next to Paresh. No, no, sorry, Anjali.
Okay, let me explain what leaders should do to assign unpopular work without affecting team morale. From our findings, we identified six simple but important actions. First is structured rotation. Leaders should assign repetitive or low visibility tasks in a fixed and predictable way. For example, instead of giving the same person the reporting task every time, it can rotate among the team member weekly. This makes the process feel fair and also prevents overloading the same people again and again. Second is purpose communication. Leaders should always explain the why before the what. For example, if a task like documentation feels boring, explaining that it helps in audit or build client trust makes it more meaningful. When people understand the purpose, they are more willingly to accept the task. Third is hybrid allocation. Leader can first ask for volunteers, and if no one comes forward, then assign the task through rotation. This way, people feel they have a choice, but at the same time, fairness is maintained. Fourth is recognition. Many important tasks are not visible, so people feel their effort is ignored. Even a small appreciation in a meeting or a simple acknowledgement can make a big difference. It shows that their work is valued. Fifth is using a development plan. Leaders should not assign tasks only based on who is free, but also think about who can learn from it. For example, giving a junior member coordination work can help them build communication and management skills. Finally, leading by examples and monitoring workload. Leaders should sometimes take part in these tasks themselves and also keep track of who is getting assigned what. This builds trust and ensure that the same people are not repeatedly a burden. So overall, the key idea is that it's not just about assigning work, but about making sure the process feels fair, meaningful, and appreciated. Over to Ashish.
Now I will explain our unpopular work model influence. This model shows how leader action affect team outcomes through employees' perfect perceptions. First, we have the input, which is leaders' action. Leaders decide things like who does what, how tasks are assigned, whether there is rotation, and whether there is recognition. They also explain why the task matters and sometimes participate themselves. Next is the mechanism, employees' perception. This is the most important part. Employees does just doesn't just look at task. They look at how fair it feels. If the process feels fair, transparent and respectful, and if they understand the purpose of the task, they are more likely to accept it. Then we have the outcome. When perceptions are positive, team outcomes shows higher acceptance of unpopular work, better trust, less resentment, and lower burnouts. Also, there is a feedback loop. When employees accept tasks and trust increases, it makes future assignments easier. Thank you. Over to Paresh.
Um, Before concluding, I'd like to briefly summarize our study. A project focused on understanding how leaders assign unpopular work without negatively impacting team morale. Through 5 interviews across different industries, we found that resistance to such tasks is not mainly due to difficulty, but due to perception. Key factors like clarity, unfair distribution, low recognition increase resistance, whereas transparency, rotation, and clear communication significantly improves. So, as a team, we ensured equal participation across interviews and deliverables. Each member contributed by interviewing professionals from different domains, which helped us bring in diverse perspectives. Responsibilities were divided across research design, data collection, analysis, and presentation. For example, team members worked on coordination, framework design, analysis, and presentation building. In my case, I conducted the TIFR interview and contributed to drafting key sections such as methodology, findings, and conclusion. One of the key challenges we faced was coordinating with professionals and integrating insights from different industries into a single model. We addressed this through a common interview framework, regular team discussions, and clear communication. which helped us ensure consistency and reduce bias. The most important learning from this study is that leadership is not about assigning work, but how it's perceived by them. Fairness, communication, and recognition plays a much bigger role than task complexity in determining acceptance. This project helped us connect theoretical concepts with real world workplace behavior and gave us practical insights into effective leadership. Thank you.